Good night, Mister. Well, here's our psychology project. Our drug was nicotine. Uh, Here is the outline. And well, how is nicotine made or grown? Well, nicotine is mainly made out of the element nitrogen, and it is produced by several plants, but mainly the tobacco plant, but it can also be produced synthetically. Then the drug category it belongs is the stimulant category because it creates an artificial increase in the body's activity. Well, because of the climate it needs, which is a mild sunny climate, the majority of the production of the tobacco plant is in Brazil, China, and India. The short-term effects, well, it increases alertness and arousal, uh, where areas long drawn-out doses yield relaxation and sedation. It affects heart rate, accelerates blood pressure, promotes weight loss, and in general, it makes you to be more alert. The long-term effects can include an increase in the risk of stroke and brain damage, cataracts, muscular degeneration, cancer of nose, lip, tongue, and mouth, among many other health issues. Then the effects on behavior, reaction, and judgment. Well, nicotine reduces decision time. It makes us to be more alert, but there is no effect on judgment.
Well, I'm gonna be presenting the other part of the presentation, and yeah, it says, how does nicotine affect your capacities? Not the best way to boost yourself. Unlike other drugs, nicotine is a substance that doesn't affect your judgment as other drugs. It affects at a long range. Nicotine is a drug that decreases your lung capacity almost instantly after you being a consumer, and sends signals of dopamine causing a sensation of pleasure. That sensation of pleasure is mainly the reason why nicotine is so addictive to the chemicals in the body, to the brain. And next slide is, so how does people often call nicotine divisive? In this section, I'm gonna be talking about how are called in the street or more commonly with kind of nicknames and in the US and other countries that speak English. With it, some of the most common nicknames is Siggies, Darts, Doris, Rollies, Smokes, Fags, Butts, and Kansas Tricks. All these are just a common appropriation of culture into the drug. Did you know 6 different presentation nicotine comes in? Yeah, nicotine has like 6 different uh, presentations. So it's nicotine is present in cigarettes, nico, nicotine patches, chewing tobacco, e-cigarettes, nicotine gums, and cigars. How does nicotine looks like? Nicotine comes from the tobacco plant and the chemical is retrieved from the plant. Nicotine is already in the tobacco plant that is grown in all all kind of places, but is most commonly grown in humid places as Louisiana and Cuba. Cuba is very famous for its cigars and its production. Symptoms of withdrawal in nicotine. Well, some symptoms is bad breath, chest pain, persistent hoarseness, yellow teeth, coughing of blood, abdominal pain, shortage of air, difficulty or pain on swallowing blood and urine. These are just some of the most common symptoms, but it may vary with every patient. What happens if you overdose on nicotine? It's very uncommon. If you got an overdose on this chemical, but it can happen. You can experience difficult breathing, vomiting, fainting, headache, weakness, increase or decrease of heart rate. I have heard of a friend that experienced this, but it's with a very high doses of this chemical. He's, I don't know, 55 kilograms and 180, and with, I don't know, two packs of cigarettes, and over an hour he experienced this kind of overdose, and it's not a place uh, something you want to experience. He he told me. Well, the next one is some statistics about nicotine, and here you can see how nicotine affects teenagers in all over the U.S. We personally did uh, uh, a little survey among people that we know, and found out that 60% of the people that answered the survey are common users of nicotine. The other, almost everybody have tried this drug, and it's probably one of the common or the most common drug among all the others. We can see the impacting uh, money that nicotine and tobacco produces each year. It's 9.8 billion, but it causes 170 billion each year in health costs. Well, our message for the people who uses nicotine is just in the U.S. more than 480,000 people die every year from effects of nicotine. Nicotine is a very nocive drug and addictive chemical. We have seen new generation developing an addiction via vaping, thinking it won't happen anything. Particularly at 2090, there was an outbreak of teenagers suffering lung collapses due to vitamin E present on vaping. It's too soon to know what vaping causes in your body at a long range, because it's a technically new practice. We can see that negative attitude towards cigarettes thanks to the campaigns against it along the years, and vaping should be there should be the same. Uh, what I'm trying to explain here is cigarette has gained a fame of disgusting, and people who uses are disgusting too. But vaping is not the same because it doesn't create that typical smell of cigarettes. That's why it doesn't have that negative attitude that they should have, and many new users among teenagers specifically have been increasing along the years. Well, here are a little bit of our sources, and thank you.
Hi, my name is Emilio Callarga, and today I'm gonna do this section as a more personal part of the video. Me and my partner Bernardo think that nicotine won't leave you anything good as any of the drugs that all my classmates will present. But nicotine is very particular because if you can think it's a legal drug, it won't happen anything good, bad. And you can be right because it won't harm you as many of the other drugs. But believe me, you don't want it in your life. It won't leave you anything good, only health problems. If you want to feel a space that you have, try another thing. It is not great or to depend on something or in an addiction that helps you anxious and that it's not even of your body. Yes. If you say you can control it, you really can't. I said that too. And if you all are already a user of this drug, it's never too late to quit it. Many people gather it from excuse that, no, I have been smoking 10, 20, 30 years, but it's never too late. I personally have from now stopped smoking 2 months. Yeah, that's it. Well, thank you very much.